Good evening and welcome to Psychics at Plans. I'm Mason and of course I'm sitting down with, Techie Joe, the manager of everything around here.
Hello.
Hello. What a week. It's been a good week.
Okay.
What, you don't think it's been a good week?
No, I think it's been a good week. It's been a good week.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a bit, mine's been a lot.
Well, honey, I think, the daydream of us ever not having a lot of a week is a daydream.
Sadly, I think so.
We're poly. We live multiple lives at multiple places, and, that's the fun of it. Or so they tell us.
Or so they tell us. But yeah.
Yeah, so how has your week been as I escort the cat to her bed again?
It's not been a bad week.
All right.
But there has been a lot of moving parts.
There has been. And there tends to be a lot of moving and conjunctive parts going on. Especially now. I mean, things are going to get a little bit more in score, but it's our life. Y'all guys get to see it all the time. We never stay the same.
No, there's always new stuff. There's always changing. There's always things.
Mm-hmm.
And like the last week has involved I had a client project come up. It's probably the easiest way to explain it. It was a really great client project.
Right.
But there was a lot to it.
Right.
And a lot of moving quickly. And then I don't know. I was doing good. And I had this meeting to wrap that project up Wednesday morning, and I'm still doing good.
Right.
And then it was like a dam burst on Wednesday.
Right. Which normally happens Wednesday or Thursday. Plans go off the rails.
Well, they can, yes.
Yeah.
But this was more so like there were just issues cropping up for clients all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was kind of like ditch the planner. I will say, like, everything after like Wednesday got like the planner just got set over to the side. Like, there's no point.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna roll as hard as we can roll until we get this like taken care of.
Well, and that sometimes is the option. For people is to like just ditch it. Just, like this ain't working, this ain't killing it today, this ain't killing it this week. Pick it back up next week.
Yeah, and that's where I'm kind of gonna be this week, is going back to my planner and going, okay, we had some emergency things come up.
Right.
Now I have to come back through and be like, okay, what did I miss?
Right.
So it's not that I totally ditched the planner and the planner served no purpose.
Right.
That's where I had to kind of mindset be, is like this beautiful idea that I had of what I was doing last week.
Mm-hmm.
It is great. And now things are having to be relocated.
Right.
Because it wasn't going to work for the rest of last week. There were burning fires.
Mm-hmm.
So those had to get put out. Because it was just like the weirdest week though.
It was
weird things happening to websites, weird things happening in general.
Right.
And it was like, okay, here we go.
Off to the races. is the way I've seen it.
So I kind of got to Friday because Wednesday and Thursday were really, really heavy work days.
Right.
I kind of got to Friday and I was just like, okay, now I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just getting my wind back today.
Right.
But I noticed TikTok was really full of, or well, not TikTok per se. Sorry, I take that back. Facebook brought up the point that there were a huge number of like solar flares, and a lot of people were either super energetic
Mm-hmm.
or just dead. Like,
Right.
I'm dead. Like, bury me. I'm exhausted. Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And
Brenda.
and that happens. The energy changes. I don't know. This week I've gotten like energized, but energized for the weirdest reasons, and like taking on new things just to get there. And it's been fun. Got to DJ, doing a lot more management over there.
Well, you had
It's a lot of
some
party.
events occur
Right.
over there.
Right.
Where people got like double booked and didn't know they needed to be places, so there was fill-in work.
Right.
So you had a very eventful.
I did, but it was also fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this is confusing me. Like I can't. It's like this is the reason I have problems with digital, as they start at midnight. My day starts at 2, and it's like I'm looking at the master schedule compared to this, and it just isn't working. All right, so mixtape is here. Yeah. Yeah. So mixtape's there. Paradise is here.
Okay, it might be time to bring up your plan.
Well,
so we can follow
yeah, that might be time.
it.
Yeah, just maybe. There we go.
There you go.
So I'm trying to fit stuff in. I'm doing 2 parties that are mine, and I'm hosting one. I don't know if this is right. Like it doesn't look right, but maybe it is.
Okay.
So factory is at 3 a.m. on Thursday,
Okay.
Wednesday night.
All right. Then it doesn't belong there.
No.
There you go. That
Yeah.
was the malfunction.
Yeah.
It is Thursday and it is 3 a.m., just not that Thursday or that 3 a.m.
Right. And, this is where things get problematical.
Absolutely does.
All right. And then Friday, I'm at after party. And then Paradise, and then mixtape. There's that.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Granted, we're at other events, but
those are the ones I have to have my shit together for.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So Friday, I go get shot.
Bang bang.
Yep. It's been a quarter.
It has been. How's that working out for you? I know we've talked about going to do them. I was just curious if we wanted to share, like, how's that going?
Amazing. Like, my lifting's better. My arms aren't hurting. My hips aren't hurting. Like, I can feel it running out, but we're not there yet. We're not terrible yet.
Awesome. Well, that's really good.
Yeah. It's been really, really good. It's been really, needed for me. If that makes any sense. Like and that's been a big theme for me is I'm reinvesting in me.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Right. And yeah, so it means no driving for 3 days. And like I can't do other extraneous activities. But other than that, it'll be okay. Move to new window. There we go. All right. See if maybe if I have the full picture on, it will look better. Or not. Okay. So of course we have our podcast in. We're doing modern metaphysical today, psychic coffee shop, mountain bears, and of course psyche that plans. Got our parties in, got our shot in. I don't have training this week.
Oh, you don't have a gym?
I don't have a Jeff this week.
Aww.
So I don't know what we're going to do with that. We will see. And then I have planned us an escape, but I wanted to confirm that we can get the hell out of here.
Yes, it's looking like so.
Awesome.
Because I'm looking, I don't see it overlapping anything currently.
Cool.
So I think we're golden. And then we have a Sunday event.
Mm-hmm.
We have a dinner.
Yeah, we have a dinner. And that is going to be at, and I think we have to move things for that. We do. Let's do that. Let's just make that easier. So Psychic the Plans will be at 8 p.m. Back to our old time slot. And grab the right pen. All right, so there's that. All right. So we have all our boxes kind of filled in, right? Well, no, I got to write dinner on here from 5 to 6.
Oh, I thought, well, we told them 6.
Okay.
But yeah, it's probably going to be cooking starts at 5.
Yeah. So that's awesome that they're coming for dinner. We get to meet the new girlfriend.
Yes. We are excited. We actually teased them because they had actually come up to our area and then posted about it. And it was like, you were right here.
Yeah.
We're right here.
Hello.
Like we weren't trying to be those people that are like, if you come into our area, you must see us. Right. It was like, dang, dude. Like you were in my backyard, basically.
So that's going to be fun.
Yes.
All right. So 11 to 6 and then 12.
You know, we're probably going to have to adjust Wednesday.
All right. Yeah, let's go through and talk this through. Sorry, guys. It's gotten a little complicated with adding, and then I tried to plan for 2 weeks in digital.
Which I think you did.
Which I did great, but translating from digital to paper, I'm having an issue. All right. Okay. So the factory is at 3 a.m. on Thursday. So that gets adjusted. This event. This event. All right. So back, it was where it was supposed to be at. So if you want to come listen to DJ Asen, you can do so by coming into Second Life and enjoying some tunes there. All right. Paradise. So that's here. And then mixtape is here. Okay, cool. All right. So we got that settled. All right. So talk me through the rest of my network schedule.
Okay. So we moved the. Oh, so it really is on Friday morning at 3.
It's really on Thursday morning at 3.
Okay, then it should be in that last block of Wednesday, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Let's play jump around and find out, shall we? Hello, this is why we moved to erasable pins, is because this happens. But yeah, it is saying it is at Thursday at 3 a.m. So here's the factory.
Here.
Yeah, that makes more sense because I gave these two options for soak.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. Okay, cool.
Cool. All right.
All right. So let me double check where we are up to that point. So Monday is 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday is that's still 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes.
And then midnight to 6 a.m.
Okay.
Midnight to 6 a.m. on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then it's going to end up being, 11 to 2 on Wednesday.
Let's go to 10 to 2.
Okay. Let me fix that. So 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Anything after?
No. Like if I do a party, I'm going to do the party and go to the gym and go to bed.
Okay. And then from the previous schedule, I have Thursday 3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
No, it is 3 to 5:30.
Okay.
And that's because I have Inner Circle
That's
at
right.
6:30.
Okay. And then I have 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
Now last week, Friday, you were unavailable, and I think that's probably fair for this week.
Correct.
And then Saturday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Let's do 2 to 7 because it's Psychic Saturday.
So, that's right.
And then 10 to 2:30.
10 to 2:30. Okay, correct that. So 10 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. Anything after? No, there's not.
No.
So then Sunday is 11 p.m. to 12:30 a.m.
Flip. You know what? Let's just take Sunday off.
Okay, so no Sunday night at all the way through. So the next time after Saturday you'd be working is 11 p.m. Monday?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure I understood.
Yeah, because here's what happened. If I go in at 11 and sign out at 2 p.m., well, no, I could work till 2:30, 11 to 2:30. Yeah. Let's do that. 11 to 2:30.
Okay. Okay. Let me do your hour count.
Okay.
6, 7. It's 3 plus 6. 2, 4. 2.5. 7. 0. 2 7s 5. 4.5. 3.5. All right. All right. 10 plus 10 plus 9.5 plus 5 plus 8. So 20 plus 13 plus 20 plus 13 plus 9.5. That's going to be 33 plus 9.5 equals 42.5. All right. So your total is 42.5.
Okay.
And let me get your 80%. $42.5 times 0.8 is 34.
So we have 34 time blocks. All right. So let's talk about 6 months for life and how we need to level it up because there's changes. One is like, according to my plan, I should be hitting the gym 2 of the 2 days that I can't drive. I don't think that, dragging you out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning is going to work.
Maybe not so well, no.
Especially since I'm not supposed to be doing activity.
Pretty much. Well, you're not supposed to be doing any strenuous activities, so you're going to kind of be treadmill.
Right. So I don't find that of value.
Okay.
Meaning, if I'm just doing the treadmill, it's going to be really hard for me to resist the rest of it. You know, because I go in, I hit the gym, like, it'd almost be torture for me to be there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. The other part that's not working is this weekly planning for it in another planner. This, I don't think, is our best move.
Okay.
Having a whole separate planner for it.
Okay. So you need to reintegrate it.
Yeah, we need to integrate it but integrate it in a way that it's useful. So like I've moved my weekly check-ins to the end of the week. And where we're at. I tried integrating this way, but I ran into a problem.
Oh.
Because, you know, you do your scripting planning every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the noting over here that's the problem. No, I actually can't take Gizmo for walkies.
Gizmo. Yeah, no, that actually is more strenuous than.
Yeah, it would be great to take Gizmo for walkies those days. I can't hold him. Like, those are days that I'm going to be in a metal coffee cup, basically, because it does stuff to the nerves.
Yeah, well, it does make you a little shaky.
Right.
As in,
right.
Like, good hand contact and holding is
right.
not quite fully functional.
Not quite there.
Nope.
So, I have these note pages in my planner. Let's take some time and break down these goals. Maybe a little differently. Remember, we've only got to hit 80%, and I've already hit level 1, so it's time to go into level 2.
Okay.
All right. So goal 1 is my health. And that's getting my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, and my snack in. And getting gym in. And we had it at 7. I really think we need to back that down to 5. Because that way I can hit the goal even on when I have insane days like Friday. So 5 movements.
Oh, I was misunderstanding for a whole second. I was like, honey, that changes your whole schedule.
Right.
Because you've been going to the gym about 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Or thereabouts. And I was like, well, if you go to 5, you're off network. You're not off network till 6.
Right.
But 5 movements is very different.
Right. Movements is gym, yoga, walkies, so all I got to do is score 5 of those. Not in a day, in a week. All right. So if we add points to it, each of these is worth a point. And the gym is worth a point. I think that pretty much works our goal, because the goal is to stay in plan. What I mean by that is 0 gluten, high protein. And the other part of that is rest. Like, we've been sucking on that recovery side, guys. Point blank. I haven't scored recovery once.
Oh no.
Well, that's been in my 80. Do the 80%. You know, I hit the massage bed. I've hit the massage table. We've got to change to where I get a little bit more physical rest, a little bit more muscular rest, not just like massaging it out.
Right.
All right. So go to, you look back at the original planning, was the house. And it was a very lovely plan. Here's the problem. One, no, that's not a surprise, Brenda. I don't have to do, I can either do 2 loads of laundry every two. This house is running weird. In the winter, we do 2 loads of laundry every day. Like, it's guaranteed I'm going to have those clothes.
That's not weird.
Okay. Here's the weird part. In the summer, I'm not hitting that. Like right now, I've got a half a basket of laundry to do.
Right.
For the day. So,
I mean, well, it's because while we are not tiny people,
right.
So goes the clothing problem.
Right.
Most of the reason in the winter we're doing 2 loads of laundry a day to remain caught up has more to do with our clothes are bigger.
Right.
Like, as in, one, what you wear in the winter is bigger, period.
Right.
Like, it's bigger, it's fluffier, it takes up more room. But additionally, it's also longer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, no, and sometimes more layers.
Right.
Like, yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me in the least that we're not hitting 2 loads a day to keep up. That there's just not a second load,
Right.
or a first in some
Right.
instances. Like, no, that makes perfect sense to me. I'm totally there on that.
So laundry is Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. How's that look? Dishes daily, trash daily. And that's either me doing them or me delegating them.
Okay.
Yeah. Litter box is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Saturdays are a big change. She doesn't. It used to be we needed to do the litter box every day. She doesn't use it enough.
Well, she's one kidding. There's scooping necessary, but otherwise,
Right.
swap it a week.
Right. Laundry is Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and then breaking the rooms down, doing the maintenance on Monday in the kitchen. Living room is on Wednesday, bedroom is on Saturday, and bathroom is on Sunday.
There you go.
Okay.
Seems reasonable enough.
So, you know, gamifying it, this is a point, this is a point, this is a point. This needs to be 2 points because a room is a lot.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to put the office on level 2. And what I mean by that is like getting the daily sheets done. And my scripting done. And, you know, those are each a point. Because sometimes they get lost in the mix. Point blank. Scripting pages get lost, especially if my morning gets started wackadoodly.
Okay. So, what did you count the litter box point wise?
That should be a 1.
Okay. Sorry, I was just sitting there going, well, you skipped litter box. I don't know what
Right.
Oh, so offices are just up to user discretion for cleaning things.
Yes. There's 2 rooms I don't clean in my house. One is my master bedroom with the invisible. He is responsible for that room. The other is Joe's office. He doesn't want me to come in there and clean his room.
No, I'll murder him. Like, I get don't.
Yeah.
No, it has more to do with there is a lot of stuff in here, and it's not an easy room to just pick things up, move them around, and set them back.
Right.
It's like some of these are drives and they're running. Yeah.
Some of these are things that haven't been touched in 6 months, and according to my rule, that means it leaves.
Yes, in which case you die. Yeah. Because I mean, I have a lot of equipment, but not all of it moves.
Right.
Yeah, Brenda says I thought so. I can't see either wanting someone to move their things. Yeah, that's a stabby.
Right. So, my office is incorporated in the living room since I moved into wanting air conditioning because I get hot now and heat because I get cold now. Weird stuff your body does as you get older.
No. That's not weird stuff your body does when it gets older. That's weird things that happen when your body is fully functional. And you have, like, full nervous system involvement.
Right. All right. And then relationship. We've got to work on this one. I'm just going to label it comms as a 1 point. 2 points for date. 2 points for escape. And that's
I feel like I'm bonus points now.
Well, no, because you're not the only one that I can take on an escape. For 1. 2, trying to keep up the calm and the communications of what's going on with everybody has been interesting here lately. Okay. Yeah, you're not bonus points. This just takes a little extra effort, and it makes me stop and realize, oh, I've not messaged Bear in 3 days. What the hell am I doing? Like, we've been so busy, we haven't even talked to each other. Yes, these things occur.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Well, yeah, and that was kind of a weird part of, like, last week.
Yeah.
Was it just kind of got crazy.
Uh-huh.
Like, actual conversations, like, were not on show.
Right.
Like, if we weren't on air, like, Tuesday was kind of hilarious. Because I don't think we actually legitimately talked to each other that wasn't on air.
And wasn't about business.
And even that was kind of minimal.
Yeah. What do you want for dinner?
We were, like, the most I talked to, well, no, that's not true. I called and woke you up.
Right.
Which about started a war because you misheard something your mother said and you were about to hurt her.
Yes. Yes, I was. This is why you should not put me on speaker.
Yeah. So the first time that, like, we talked on Monday, I woke him up, and so, like, there was, like, it was basic, like, good morning, and then a mishear of something his mother said. And then we did the show, and it wasn't until after the show Tuesday we actually spoke to each other like human beings.
Right.
So, yeah, and that was even kind of brief.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like Invisible and me have talked all day Tuesday, and I'm ready for him to just, go play a game. Please go play a game.
Preferably in traffic. 19 is available.
Right. Yeah, people think because I have 2 nesting partners, there's a ton of conversation going on. Not really when all 3 nesting partners have our spaces, and we all 3 are pushing 40 hours in a day.
Well, 2 of us.
He does too.
He has game.
He has his work, and then he has his gaming.
Yeah.
And then he does come out in the evenings after you go out. You're in your own room. He comes out and we actually talk and have communication. And it's like, oh, okay. All right.
There is that.
So here's the fun part. So level 2 of this. Let's figure out how many points I can get. So 18 points is the max I can get in a day. Okay, you're looking confused.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see where you're going though, because maybe I'm misunderstanding.
All right. So
because I mean, you're not going to clean all the rooms.
Right. That's why I only counted 2 of them.
Okay. And then as far as the 5 movements, that's not even necessarily
that's
daily.
Only 1 point.
Right, but it's not daily.
Right. But the max points I can get in a day is 18 points.
Okay. Okay. I'm good now.
Okay. So with 18 points, the goal is always to hit 80%. So what's 80% of 18?
Just math it because my brain's going to glitch. Like things I know about myself. 14.4.
Okay. So the minimum in a day
is 14.
Is 14 to get the star.
Okay.
All right. So in 30 stars equals a reward. And I've already picked out rewards, guys. Like they're already in an Amazon list. Yay. So 30 stars equals my reward. I can trade that in. Mm-hmm. This is kind of what 6 months to life is. It's gamifying your life. And it took me a bit to get the reward idea together. And like, okay, what do I want? Because most of the time I buy something for the house, something for the business, or an experience that we all go do.
Yeah. That's not a rule.
Right.
I mean, theoretically it could be, but
yeah,
not in the system and the concepts employed here.
Right, because this is about my life. Which centers into just me, not the whole world. Right. So what's been your thoughts with this since we began this, 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. I think it's taken you a few minutes to get there.
Yeah.
But I think it's mostly overcoming the mental objections or your.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, I was meaning kind of like the I think it's literally learning the system
Mm-hmm.
and what it's trying to do and how
Right.
it's getting you to think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there has been maybe a couple of stumbling blocks that she's later addressed where
Right.
you first hear it and you're like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And your brain works through all the ways it's bullshit.
Right.
And then I think you get to that point of the conversation where she's like, okay, now let's break that down.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I mean here?
Right.
And then it's like, oh, that's the challenge to all the things my brain said bullshit to. Okay, cool. Like,
Right.
That's why we're doing it this way. That's why, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an 80% person. I have a real hard time with, what is that? The dude that says if you want to start working out the first 30 days, just drive to the gym and sit in the parking lot. Atomic Habits. Not me.
But there is validity, though.
There's validity. It just doesn't work with my programming.
Well, but I think it's more so that, like, mentally,
Mm-hmm.
it's getting yourself in the space to do it.
Right.
Like, if you're driving over there and you're sitting in the parking lot,
Right.
you might as well go in the building.
Right. Or thoughts on, like, what was the other one? Well, the game board I thought was nuts. I'm like, no, you plan it, you do it, you get it done. Shut up your feelings and get moving.
Well, but there's a reality that we can plan all kinds of wonderful things. Right. And then sometimes you really do have to look at your day, look at your week with, like, something else going on or how you're feeling,
mm-hmm.
and go, okay, it would be lovely if I had all the spoons to do this. Right. I am currently at 3 for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I invest my energy? Because we're not going to get 5 spoons worth of shit out of today.
Right.
What three spoon items can I do?
Right.
That are worth it.
Well, not only is it worth it, but also finding those points of resistance. One of my hardest points of resistance is the scripting idea. Let me find one. Okay. This, oh my God, this page I love. I love it. My card of the day, my meditation of the day, today's affirmations, gratitude, what energy and vibe I need. Okay. This side, the scripting your life as you wish it was. Oh my God, guys. Like I have so much trouble with this.
Okay.
You're not writing down what your life is. You're writing down what your life will be, what you want it to be.
Okay.
All right, I'll go ahead and share today's back here.
See, I kind of find that interesting because sometimes okay, go ahead and share your yesterday and let me double check that it's what I think it is. Because he's doing this, I'm not.
Right. Like, you're doing other means of self-care. I'm doing my version. Dear Universe, today was so renewing. Me and Joe enjoyed an amazing swim, and then we went to the office and studio to meet with our team. This week is going to be so amazing, from opening the new show to and the scheduled appointments is already full. And then a meeting with King. This meeting and contract is going to be amazing. It looks so wonderful. I'm not sure how, but we are so happy that we have everything together and figured out, and that tomorrow we fly to San Francisco for a month. That ain't my life right now.
No. Okay, because I find it interesting because that's maybe not quite that.
Uh-huh.
But, like, no, I sometimes have an alternate universe version.
Uh-huh.
Like, especially when I'm having, like, a big struggle.
Right.
And, like, my day is just going south and it's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm struggling. And like, there's this alternative universe running in my head,
right.
where I immediately start seeing like, this is the day that I could have had, or the life that I would like to have, and like how all of it flows together. And it kind of informs me on the other side of like, okay, what options do I have?
Right.
Instead of getting like bogged down in today sucks, everyone's in a shitty mood, nothing wants to fucking work, like, you know, none of these things go together.
Right.
Or necessarily getting like bogged down in the, you know, let's blame someone for it.
Right.
Like, well, it's Asen's fault because he didn't do this, and it's this person's fault because they didn't do that, and this person's just stupid. Right. Like, instead of going there, it's like I run this alternative version where it's like, if everything worked,
right,
like, what would I be doing?
Right.
How would this work? And it just kind of like plays.
Well, see, I mean, what this is about is taking away those limiting beliefs. Of like, I don't know, let's take Keen, for example. Yeah, I have some influence in there. We've worked together 20 years. I sometimes get to voice my opinion over some of the shit they do. But there's no way that they're, you know, opening a studio for me for the XM station. You know, we've opened a new studio here in Oak Hill, and, you know, new office for me, and my private clients are booked up for 2 years, and, you know, we're debuting the XM station of Psychic Today. You know, these things are dreams, but they're not. But, you know, if someone looked at my life right now, they go, "You're completely stupid."
Oh, okay.
Okay, like you're living in delusional land, and it's like, no, I'm not. No. One decision makes you the greatest person on the planet, but also one decision makes you you could become a convict. Fine, let's go non-limiting beliefs, non-linear ideas. What could happen? And write the letter to the universe as if it has already happened.
Okay. What now? Can I ask, like, what is her stated goal for?
It's to open your mind and get your creativity and to get the vibe and energy that you want into your reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess my alternative universe, like, running thing,
right,
is, I mean, there's some similarities and differences. Like, I kind of use it to control my interactions.
Right.
It's so that instead of like it becoming, you know, like there's that old thing about, you know, dad has a bad day at work, so he comes home and he smacks his wife, and then his wife smacks the child, and then the child kicks the dog. Like, I use it for like flow control, because it's like, you know what, this is one thing that went wrong and it made me upset.
Right.
It doesn't have to spill into everything else in my life.
Right. But example, I have the advisor coaching program I run, which is up and running and will always be running. If you're interested, you can contact me on that. But, I have these other things going, and it's like, okay, what could be their ultimate reality? Well, the ultimate reality is the Psychic Coffee Shop becomes part of Sirius XM. That would be amazing. That coaching program becomes the world standard for advisors to bring them into the business and to multiply their income. That would be fucking amazing. And for me not to have to leave West Virginia to do any of this, because all this can be done from anywhere.
Yeah, like, and it's not like West Virginia is limited in available space opportunities.
Exactly. So with all that, that's what that letter, what is my wildest dreams to occur? Example, she has a 12-book series that she would love to become a TV series. So she's already scripting about the TV series and opening night and hanging out with her new cast members and all this. What's your wildest dream? So you can tell the universe, hey, I want all that up there and some.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's there's similarities and differences.
Right.
Like, I mean, for me, it's also sometimes questioning, why isn't it like that?
Right.
Like, what can I do?
Right.
Like, this is where I'm at. This is the crap I'm dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what I'd like.
Right.
And so, like, how do we move those two close?
Right. And getting to that view, that point, that connection, that movement is what this is about. Creating that creative energy. All right. So what's Brenda say?
All right. So, Brenda says a few things. She calling you out.
Uh-huh.
So she says first, 110% or nothing, right? LOL. Someone, Asen, said nothing is always perfect, but can be better.
Exactly.
So it's one of those moments of like learning to do as you're already saying.
Right.
And
but no, it's okay. That, a little bit of, done is better than perfect. Is the statement that she's referring to. And it's right. Done is better than perfect. But throwing 100, but, done it for me to improve my fitness is not going and smoking 5 cigarettes in the parking lot and driving home.
Well, but if your alternative is you're going to sit at the house and eat a Snickers bar, like that's an improvement. Like if you went to the parking lot and smoked the 5 cigarettes,
right,
that is way better and way closer, literally and figuratively,
right,
than if you sit here and you're like, oh, I'm such a fat slob. I don't want to go to the gym today. I'm just going to eat these 5 Snickers.
And pass out from coma and lose 20 pounds, but that's me.
Well, but more importantly, and feel bad about myself.
Right.
It doesn't move you, literally or figuratively, to anything. It just makes you feel bad about yourself and less likely to do things to improve. Whereas at least if you go to that parking lot and you smoke the 5 cigarettes, even if you're negative talking yourself, it's encouraging negative talk. At least in the sense of, I'm already effing here, just go in the effing building. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I'm already here. I just have to go to there and then touch the treadmill.
Right. But that's not how that program works.
Okay.
It's not, oh, well, you're already here, so why don't you go into the gym? No. Okay. You drive to the parking lot, wait 5 minutes, drive home. You're not allowed to go into the gym until you've done that, gone to the parking lot for 30 days.
Okay. Well, again, it is, that sounds like it's more about getting the habit. And like, you have gym time, even if it's just driving to the parking lot. You've made the commitment, you've done the thing for 30 days. Right. But I still think that's about and then, okay, this is already part of your life. Go in.
Right.
Like you've already proven you can set this time aside.
Right.
Go in.
Right. But no, that's not how that has worked according to this book, and it didn't work for me. All right. So moving on to our next comment.
Okay. So, I thought it was going to, talking about the scripting, I thought it was going to be more like reality. I slapped the snooze 3 times script. The alarm went off and I woke up the reality, I slapped the alarm, slapped the snooze 3 times. Script, the alarm went off and I woke right up, energized and in a good mood, ready to tackle the day. I think it can be.
It can be. Or you can go bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like this part. I just got to get more in the habit of doing it and allowing myself to daydream.
Okay.
All right.
I'm down with it.
Yeah. Can you tell it's a moving week? Because I haven't even put my tab in for this week.
Oh, no.
All right. So I'm going to do some design. I know you guys are seeing a lot of functional to this time. I'll throw some stickers on as Joe is working through his week.
Okay. Here. So, all right, we're starting with Monday, and you guys can see where I've already worked his schedule out. So I'll be putting that in, and then the math and the numbers for that. And yeah, so we're hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful the schedule stays as is. Because Monday, I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I should actually have time to get everything like back on track. Because and try to get ahead a little because Friday we're on the road. So of course you have a guest on Tuesday. So you have an author, Freddie Silva, I do believe.
Yep.
And
testing portals.
Oh, very cool. So yeah, I should actually have a pretty solid week. I know Wednesday we're going to do an escape swim.
Yep.
So I'm really, really hopeful that everything goes off according to plan with that. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for the escape swim. And then we move into Thursday. You do, well, I guess, is that a we or a you have a class?
We have a class.
We have a class. Okay. That's what I thought, but I went ahead and added it to my schedule. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. And then and then of course Psychic Saturday on Saturday. So yeah. So Friday's going to be a little bit full, and then we get to Saturday, and it's also a little full. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hadn't quite gotten everything in for that.
Right.
So let me come over and I'm just going to do a quick copy and paste. Come here. Give me my tool. There we go. So we're going to copy that little box. And we are going to put it over here. And now you'll notice Psychic Saturday looks a little crazy up here at the top. That's because I kind of will go through and scratch things in, and then go back and clean it up later.
Right.
So a lot of it sometimes is like just get it on the page, and then okay, let's go make it pretty.
Right.
So yeah, we've got so that's 8 p.m. on Saturday. For the energy overview, correct?
No, that's going to be on not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Okay. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday?
No, not this Saturday, but next Thursday.
Okay. Oh, and I already had it there. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was confusing myself because I saw a Psychic Saturday without an energy overview on it, and I got totally lost.
Right. We've separated those so that we can go to Pride.
Yay!
Yeah. We're going to Pride.
I'm a little excited about it.
Yes, very excited to go to Greensboro, Greenbrier Valley Pride.
Yes. We don't say Greenbrier Valley enough.
We don't. We normally give the location, which will be in Lewisburg.
Ronceverte.
Yeah. Right.
Near Lewisburg.
Right. So that will be fun. Of course, because Pride snuck up on us, but also this week is Dark Heart Pride this weekend.
Yay!
So
good deal.
If you're in SL, come over. There's going to be some cranking parties. The spoiler's going to be running.
Yes, gotta love the sploders.
Yes. Tunes are going to be popping. All that fun stuff.
Oh, did we set up any themes? Like theme?
Well, mixtape is sexy attire. I don't know if the other DJs have set up any additional themes. So we'll go with that for right now. The factory is leather and denim. It's always going to be leather and denim. Like, bring out your good leather, bring out your denim, come rock with me.
Okay.
Because we actually built me a club there.
You did, and it is very nice. I've done the walkthrough, and it is very nice.
Yeah.
Because I was a little concerned when you're like, "Yeah, we're going to totally strip this out and start over," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Well, because nothing like the Firehouse was a nice pop club.
It was.
It is not a heavy metal club.
No. It wasn't going to work for that.
Right.
But no, it was just I knew everything that went in, and then visualizing and being stripped out, and I was like, okay, that's a lot to replace. So I know I had my own moment with it, like, oh, okay, let's see what we do. And it's very cool. It's very cool. A little bit darker. Did you get your fogger?
I have not found a fogger that I like yet. I'm hoping that, I can get with my design staff over there and go, can we get a fogger in the factory, please, that actually flows? Because a lot of them don't really flow. They're more particly emit, and I'm like, that looks shitty. Like, if that was my real life fogger, I would have kicked it to the dumpster.
Yeah. Well, and that is sometimes part. Like, I will say, fog is one of the weirder things to have to do in virtual reality, or in virtual space, because like fog, smoke, like it's hard to get that down.
Right.
Like that's some difficult physics.
Right. And virtual still has some what's the word I'm looking for? Limitations. Like, the cards automatically shuffle themselves at the office. Which, yes, guys, you can book a virtual reading with me and come visit me over at Dark Art. I have a fully functional office. You can sit there and watch the cards fall out on the table. Yes, I'm also shuffling them in real life. So,
no, yeah. It is very cool. Like the little teeny tiny tarot deck is amazing.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
I know. I found a button yesterday for video in Second Life, so I may. Key point there, may do some videos at the office.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, if we can get it to work, because there's a lot of things that we're learning. Key point is learning. In SL still, because I'm not an SL, I don't know. I'm not a builder, but apparently I can now build. I'm not a DJ, but I DJ.
I mean, it definitely offers up opportunities to do things you may want to do.
Right.
That are not necessarily things you might get to do in the real world.
Right.
Like, I don't trust myself to, like, build a house. Like, I understand the general principles and concepts. But I think if we had to rely on my home building ability, like, just drop me in the middle of nowhere and be like, well, you're going to build a log cabin. It's going to be like, well, we're going to die here.
Right.
Is kind of where we're at. But when you start, like, doing these things in virtual space, it's a lot easier.
It is.
Like, you can, it's very different.
Yeah, it's very different. It's very much more comfortable. And it was really surprising to me because, like, yeah, I've ran a DJ booth before. I've dealt with DJs before. I've dealt with hosts before. I've dealt with dancers before. Um, I'm just amazed at how much RL is in SL.
Yes, and how much SL is in the real world.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, dude, really? I've got to go and like smack a DJ and say, "Wake your ass up." You have a set for 20 minutes.
Which, you know, it's one of those things they're trying to explain to people like what Second Life is, and it's kind of like, well, it's basically whatever you make it,
Mm-hmm.
or however you choose to use it.
Right.
Like there's not really a set, like, so to speak, gameplay strategy.
Right.
Like
it's not like Monopoly.
Yeah. Well, or like it's not so object oriented in terms of like there isn't one specific goal that everyone who enters the game is trying to achieve.
Right.
It's basically like endless side quests or none at all.
Right.
And that's kind of hard. Like people look at you weird, like their brain freezes, and it's like, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Is like the possibilities are limitless,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even have to choose to participate.
Right.
Like you can just log in.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion. Show up at a place and do whatever you want to do, or not.
Or not.
Wander around, walk in circles, talk to a few people.
Right. But if you want to follow my SL experience, you can go check out Unbuff Gamer. I've revitalized that page. Yes, and that's on Facebook. And you see pictures and you get event announcements and all that fun stuff.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and realize that Club ASIN and Psychic 8, like I'm not doing a reading while I'm hosting a party, guys.
You know, I think it could be fun though.
Oh, I think it would be very fun, but I'm not sure that's everyone's adventure.
No. Well, and some like there's overlap, but there isn't integration.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like all one continuity.
Right. All right. So, any other fun things going on in your planner?
At the moment, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's pop yours down, pop mine up, and I'll show the deco I done.
Ooh. I always love the deco.
So I kind of went, stay hustle, stay humble and hustle hard. This is a sticker that a lot of people don't like. I love this sticker. I wish we had a little bit more. I had a little bit more of those. But I went kind of very quotesy this week, a very rising star this week, and just some icons. It's a very simple week. On the household planner, which is what this page is, it helps keep up with the events. We went very spring and floral, but still very simple. I don't do a lot of over deco. There's some wonderful channels out there that do that. I look more at finding ways to make the planner work for me. And we've done that this month. Like we had it all set up for me to be in the big, and I'm like, I need to be able to move this planner. It's got to move with me.
Ooh, Brenda has a question.
Oh, he thinks now that, go ahead and read the question and then I'll answer it.
Okay, so Brenda says, curious, what does David think about all the SL parties, music, etc.? Do you have him understanding?
Oh, he loves it. He says, oh, so now you get to be the guide. This is an inception moment.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
It is. It's adorable. Oh.
All right, so let's see how this week's going to go. We probably should have done this before we laid out the plan, but oh well. We'll rock it.
All right.
But no, he enjoys the music. He enjoys the parties. But no, he thinks it's totally hilarious that I'm moving, guiding someone else along. All right. Interesting. All right. So first up, Ten of Cups. The focus is going to be on the home and hearth. The Two of Wands is making choices throughout the week. There's two paths. Which path are you going to take? And then by the end of the week, it's the Six of Pentacles, finding your balance. Very cool. All right, guys.
I think it's the first week we've had in a while that hasn't had a major arcana in it.
I know, right? We deserve a break.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's not wrong. All right. So with that, why don't you go ahead and take it away? There we go.
All right. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda, Joan Owens, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
Yeah. So with that, guys, have a great evening. Bye, y'all.
Bye.